precision didn't just show up in Robert Lewandowski's goals. It started long before the whistle, in the quiet repeat of habits that never made headlines but built a world-class striker day by day. He grew up outside Warsaw, lanky and eager, the son of a judoka who pushed him to work with purpose. When his father died while Robert was still a teenager, there wasn't a grand speech or a dramatic turning point. There was silence, a hole in the routine, and then there was a choice. He filled it with structure, with small, steady steps that made the path forward feel firm under his feet. Those first steps weren't glamorous. He was told he was too skinny. He was released from a big club's reserves after a knee issue. So he dropped down to Znicz Pruszków in Poland's lower leagues and started scoring because he outworked everyone, not by running himself into the ground, but by using every hour like it mattered. He trained his first touch. He built strength that showed up in late minutes. He learned to recover as seriously as he warmed up. At Lech Poznan, the routine sharpened. A normal day meant mobility work first, not weights. Stability before speed. Breakfast wasn't just food, it was fuel. He cut out what made him feel sluggish and kept what let him train again tomorrow. It sounds simple, but he treated simple like a craft. Consistent sleep, no junk on match days, and a focus so tight, you could hear it in the way he talked about tomorrow's session. Then came Dortmund and Jurgen Klopp's press, where running had to be thinking too. Lewandowski didn't just survive that system, he used it to remake himself. After training, he'd keep going, finishing with his weaker foot, timing his runs, shaping his body to hold off defenders and still see the pass. He wasn't chasing highlight reels. He was building a striker who could repeat the right movement under pressure when the legs were heavy and the breath was short. Around this time, his life outside the pitch locked into the same rhythm. He married Anna, a nutrition coach and former athlete who understood what performance really demands. Together, they went precise. No guesswork, no fads. He moved to a gluten-free, lactose-free plan that kept his gut calm and his energy steady. He even flipped the order of meals at times, lighter, faster digesting foods first, then the heavier stuff, because how it hits your body can matter as much as what it is. At Bayern, routine met the highest standards in the sport. The sprint patterns were timed, the gym had a purpose, and recovery wasn't a suggestion. Cold therapy, mobility, soft tissue work, then sleep. Real, planned sleep. Match day wasn't a spur-of-the-moment thing. It was a route he knew by heart. A quiet breakfast. Activation drills. Not just stretching, but switches that wake up hips, ankles, and eyes. Film and short clips. A few cues to carry into the game. And always, enough fuel early so there was nothing heavy sitting in his stomach by kickoff. When he scored 5 goals in 9 minutes against Wolfsburg in 2015, people called it a miracle. In a way, it was. In another way, it was 1,000 small choices cashing in at once. The way he arrived to the box at a sprint, but finished like he had all the time in the world. The angle of his first touch, the knee lift that kept his shot low and fast, the second run, not waiting for the ball, but meeting it. None of that happens by accident. It happens because the body knows what to do, and the mind stays empty enough to let it. He carried that same steadiness through injury scares and long seasons. If he felt off, he didn't guess. He went back to the basics. More mobility in the morning, fine-tune the warm-up, check the plate, move the heavy session a day, then come back stronger. The stakes were always clear. Miss 3 weeks now, or miss nothing later because you caught the signal early. Lockdown in 2020 tested everyone. Matches vanished, gyms closed. He set up at home, kept his schedule tight, and trained with intention instead of volume. Core strength, single leg balance, reaction drills that made his eyes and feet talk faster. When football returned to empty stadiums and strange rhythms, His habits didn't feel the silence. He kept scoring, week after week, until he broke a record people thought would stand forever. 41 league goals in one season wasn't a lucky windfall or a striker chasing from the edge of the 6-yard box. It was timing, lungs, and legs that never faded in the 88th minute. It was eating right when no one was watching, switching off screens at night, listening to soreness that spoke in whispers. It was the same man in November rain and May sunshine, because his day didn't change with the weather. As he moved into his 30s and then to Barcelona, what stood out wasn't a new trick. It was how little he let slide. Travel days still had a plan. He adjusted meals to new time zones, protected sleep, and used short, sharp sessions to keep the snap in his stride. Even celebrations fit the routine. Enjoy it, then refocus, because the body doesn't care about headlines. That's the heart of it. Precision isn't rigid, it's responsive. It lets you show up the same way on a good day and a hard one, because you don't need inspiration to do what's next. Lewandowski built a career on that. The pressure of big games didn't shrink him because he lived inside the work, not the noise around it. If there's a lesson in his story, it's not just that discipline wins, it's that the right discipline, aimed at the small things you can repeat forever, stacks into something huge. Warm up with intention. Eat like the next session depends on it. Sleep like tomorrow's sprint is already on the clock. Do it again. And one day, when the ball drops in the box and the angle looks impossible, your body will answer for you.